Yes.
Talk.
Hi, is Aban on? I gave him the wrong, is Aban on?
No,
No,
we have
okay.
not seen him yet.
Okay, I think I gave him the wrong address, so I'll have to send him the correct address.
So make this go down and go.
Let me get online and send that to him. Well, I gotta send it to him, yes. I'll forward this email.
And you'll have to talk him through getting to it. It's at the top.
I'll call him. You got my phone? I do. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call him. Hi, Scott.
Hey there, John.
Hi, I just sent you a new email. It's the correct one. The new Zoom. Yeah, didn't work. No. Yeah, get on the one I just sent you. Get on the one I just sent you and go down to it. Go down into the second level of it. And it'll say First Central and all that, and then it'll be a thing that just says Zoom.
It's in text and it's underlined and capitalized.
Yeah, it's underlined and capitalized.
And it's in other text.
Okay, see if it works. Yes, hit the Zoom. You're in? Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, bye.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, he's in now. I'm sorry.
Okay, now he needs to click on start video. There he is.
Hi, Aban.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Sorry.
morning.
Good morning.
Okay, John, it's all yours. Take over.
Okay. We need to get down here. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, let me introduce Aban Laa. He was an attorney in South Sudan, got his education in Sudan, went to South Sudan as a lawyer, and then he became a judge, a district judge, or a district attorney first, and then he became a district judge. And he left in the end of 2001 to come to Nebraska. I think he got relocated in Grand Island. You can correct that if I'm wrong, Aban. And he worked there in security and manufacturing. And then they moved to Omaha in 2005, was it, Aban?
Yeah, 2004.
2004, okay.
Yes.
And then he went back to South Sudan. Well, Omaha was the center for the United States for all South Sudanese refugees to vote in the independence election in 2011. And when that was established, he returned to South Sudan as an attorney and then as counsel to the national legislature, and stayed till 2015, 2016.
2016, yes. Mid
Okay.
2016.
When he came back and joined his family here. He has a wife, Genty, and 4 children, and one of whom has graduated from high school and is now in junior college at MCC. And he's done a fantastic job just since December 1st, when we raised enough money to hire him. And he's doing a terrific job in providing terrific leadership to the South Sudanese community and to the agency at large as it deals with all kinds of refugees. So I'll leave it there. Thank you very much. And I need to say one other thing. In coordination with New Life Family Alliance, I made the appeal to foundations and to First Central members and friends for money to make it possible to hire a full-time executive director. And we got a total of over $28,000 from members of First Central and friends, and then another $30,000 from foundations. So we got a total of $58,000, and the board moved forward and hired Aban in December. So I thank all of the members and friends of First Central for its generosity in making this possible. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so it's my turn now.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Once again, good morning, everyone. And I will start with this. I wish everybody a happy Easter or belated. We're still in the Easter mood. So, and all of us, we are Christian. So, and it's good to meet everybody, although virtually. Maybe sooner we'll be able to meet in person, and maybe I'll come with my family and attend one of your services in the church. Yeah. And the second thing I want to say is also, because of your generosity and contribution, I'm here in this position now. And the New Life Family Alliance is functioning, because if it was not for all of you guys and the support, we would not be able to be operating the New Life. And also, I need also to thanks again Jim Herman and friends who help us to move here, because of, if it's not because of their help, we will not be able also to be in this office, because it was him. Yeah. And I was amazed that they, although they look old, but they were energetic and they are very, so they work like people who are in their 20s. So thank you, Jim and the friend. Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay. New Life is an organization was established to help the South Sudanese community, and we are in the midst of crisis. I have to admit that. Even while we are talking now, some of our community that are burying now one of the their kids. He died for drug. He died overdose. And also there is another two they've been shot. So actually we have a big task in our hand to try to steer the community into the productive life, very safe life. So, and that's one of the reasons we've been the New Life was established actually. So let me just go back a little bit to the background of the New Life. New Life was established in 2013, but it did not really start working until Dr. John and Kathy, they come to our aid, and they help us, and then we become really functional, in especially during the COVID-19. When the COVID-19 hit, we did not know where to go, but with the help of John and Kathy, we were able to get a grant for the COVID-19 assistance. So so during that time, we were able to help not less than 60 families. And the average families in South Sudanese maybe a wife and a husband and 5 kids at least. So you can see how many people in the families we have. And majority of people, they work in manufacturers and they work in meat packaging and all this. And those are the most infested area with the COVID-19. And there were not a lot of help. And most of them, they stay home. And even they don't know who to ask and just and what to do. Even until now, we still helping them, although there is no any money. The money we have dry out, but we are helping them to navigate the other resources, like helping them through the helping them to apply for rent or mortgages or utility assistance, something like that. So, and let me summarize the services we in A New Life here we provided. First, we provide services for the youth by referring them to Douglas County Juvenile Assessment Center, and also we help that the youth also at risk through youth at risk, and most of them we found those cases when we are helping the families during the COVID-19. We are trying to help youth that who completed the high school and who are interested in postgraduate in high education, and those who need the training, they want to go for vocational training and all these things. And also we are helping also in classes for the ESL as a second languages, and also the native language, because one of the issue in the community we are facing is there is kind of like a gap between the families, the parents, and the kids. The kids that are American, they speak fluent English, and the families and the parents, they are lagging behind. Their English is not that much. So sometimes that will be like there's a breakdown in communication. Although there will be it will be like two communities, they're living in the same family, because those are American and those are South Sudanese, and they could not talk to each other. Besides, also there is a gap of the work. The nature of the parents, the nature of their work, most of the time they are out of the family, out for long hours, because like they work in meat packaging, they go to work around 1 a.m. and they come back the next day 1 or 2 a.m. the next day. Yeah. So during that time, the kids, they will be alone by themselves, and that's why a lot of them, they fall into, the only association they get is the gang, because there is no supervision. Nobody help them with the homework, or even give them some guidelines and other thing, and even or seeing somebody as a role model for them, because it should be there is a parent there who all of the time is helping them. And the other services also we are working on it is the employment, because now most of the job, not like when we come here first, before there is an application, you go to a factory, you go to a company, they will give you a form and then you fill it out and all this. Now, and we use even those who don't speak English or don't read English. Before it's easy for them, they can go and get the application, and then they'll get somebody who know English and can fill it for them. The problem now is most of the job now they move it to online, and majority of people that they're like they're computer illiterate because they don't have the skill. Most of them, even they never touched a keyboard before, and even they're afraid to touch a keyboard because like this. So we are trying to help them because somebody will go to say to any company, I need to apply for a job. They will give him a website, and he don't know what to do with that website. So that's part of the services we are doing here. Yes, we help them to apply for the job, and also those who need to apply for the benefit also for the whether from the human services or they want it from unemployment, and so the other thing also we are trying to help is the immigration services, because majority of people also, some of them, although all of us we come here legally, we don't have any issue with the crossing the border and all this. We come here legally, but majority of over the course of the time, most of them either they lost their documents, they don't know where are they, or they did not apply for, because you have a certain time you should since you got here to apply for a green card, and then you have another certain time if it comes you have to apply for the to be a naturalized citizen. So if that time lapses, it would be very difficult for you to apply to navigate those services, and then you can change your status. And that's one of the things we are doing here. We help them either to get their lost documents, apply for whether it's for Social Security cards or for green card, or even those who want to apply for the citizenship and all this. And the other thing also, we work as a referral for, we help with those who also seek the medical, like, we help them go to the medical appointment and all those things, or those who need lawyers, or those who are maybe that domestic abuse or substance abuse. Those are the things we are trying to help. And currently we supposed to be two of us on the payroll. It's me and the juvenile case manager, but because of what happened last in the course of the last 3 weeks, my only employee, and unfortunately he resigned abruptly, and so that position now is vacant, and current, and soon maybe on Monday we try to advertise it again so we can get another person who is coming here. But that's not the problem. The problem is, even with that position is filled, we were short on hand, because that's why actually I was thinking about try to get fund enough and try to apply try to hire 2 people on either part-time or full-time. One of them is supposed to be an administrative assistant, at least, so to back me up and to help me, because we have a lot of things. I'm talking with you guys, I'm talking with you now, and I got like 10 cases of food. I got it from Black Men United. We partner with them, and I have to go and deliver them after this thing, because we have some of the community members who cannot go out. Like, I have 4 of them who are they've been diagnosed with the cancer. So actually, maybe for the last 1 year and something, they never step out from their homes. So we're helping them. And there is other people who has a problem with the transport cars and all this. So we deliver food to them. So my focus now is just to get two positions to beside the juvenile case manager, because now with the rise of the gang activities and all this, I need the employee that I will hire for the juvenile case manager to concentrate on the juvenile issues and the gangs and all this. But I need another two positions, at least even two part-time, if not full-time, so they can assist me, and we will be able to accomplish the other tasks required from us. And I just take this opportunity once again just to thank the church and the congregation for their generosity, and even for the opportunity to avail to me today, just to talk and to know you. I'll stop here, and I will be open for any question or discussion. So thank you.
Okay, I'll start. I was wondering about the two young people who were shot. Are they getting proper medical care? Are they going to be okay?
Unfortunately, they die instantly. Those who, because actually we have, like, in the last 3 weeks, we have three young kids, they lost their life.
Oh, they all three died. The overdose, yes, and the two shot. Okay.
Yeah, the two was shot, and they considered by the Omaha Police Department now like a homicide. Okay. So they're still working on it. We don't have any information about it, because the police has to take time, and they don't release any information to us. Yeah. But the little information we have is that those people are involved in gang activities, and right. My thinking is about how we can prevent this kind of a thing. Right. Yes. So even I was talking with my board member, said we need to sit down as a South Sudanese and think and try to create a strategy for prevention, because we don't need to be reactionists, like we are, until something happens and then we start reacting, because it's too late. It's already, yeah. When you react after the thing, after the mess, that means you are just cleaning a mess. That something happened, but we need to be ahead of the game. Thank you, Pastor. Yeah, you bet. Well, that's a concern in why. After John told me what you're about, I got involved and have helped. And I know many of our other members of our church have helped too, with the, I think, 28,000, but we're doing this as individuals, not as necessarily members of First Central, but it seemed like because of John, at a critical point in the life of your organization, either divine providence or good timing has put us together. Yes. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. So we don't know where we'll go in the future, but I'm glad we're involved in something so important locally. Before you came on, I'd asked my wife, Bonnie, she worked a lot with South Sudanese and Sudanese people some years ago in her work, and she thought there were about 10,000 Sudanese and South Sudanese in Omaha. Is that about right? Actually, we are more than 10,000, maybe 20 something. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of us here, because after Omaha and Nebraska in general, maybe the most of the South Sudanese population in the world, the majority that are in Omaha and in Nebraska more than any place after South Sudanese in the world.
Wow.
That's why during the referendum for the South Sudan independence, Omaha was chosen to be the center here.
Right.
So everybody who wish to vote, they have in the United States, they drove from wherever they are and they came to Omaha here to cast their vote.
Right. Also, I know I'd ask you about your religious affiliation, Roman Catholic, and
Yes.
at the is it Cabrini Church in South Omaha?
Yeah, San Francisco. Yes.
Yeah, St. Francis Cabrini, and then the other Sudanese and South Sudanese that are here, are they predominantly Muslim or Christian? And I know a lot of the Christians are Lutheran or Episcopal or Roman Catholic. Could you speak to that a little bit?
Okay. Yeah. Actually, one of the reasons that we in South Sudan we struggled for and we struggled with the North with our brothers in the North because they are Muslim and they claim the Arabic identity, which is
Right.
we are a proud African. We are saying we are African. We are not an Arab. Yeah. We might be speaking Arabic like them, but it's our heritage, our race, we are African. So in the North Sudan predominantly is a Muslim
Right.
part of the country, and the South is predominantly is a Christian, majority are Christian, and the majority are either Catholic or they are Presbyterian or they are Episcopal or they are Evangelical. That's actually the four traditional church in South Sudan.
Okay.
Maybe in the last 30 years, we added like the Lutheran and the 7 Days Adventist and then the Jehovah Witness.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the newcomers. Yeah, so there is a number of churches here, the South Sudanese churches. Like there is one who under the Baptist Church is by 24th and by the Mission Apartment by 24th South 24th Street. Yeah, that usually is called South Sudan Hope Church. So yeah, and they worship in Arabic like every Saturday, every Sunday evening around 4:35. Yeah, but there is not less than 20 something also. You can say tribal congregation, and majority of them are Nuer and some are Dinka, because Dinka and Nuer are the major two tribes in South Sudan. Yeah. They comprise like they're like 45% of the population are Dinka and Nuer comprised. Although South Sudan is comprised of 63 tribes.
Yes, I think I remember that. Do the Nuer and the Dinka get along, or is there a kind of a either a conflict or some rough edges on their getting along?
Yeah, actually, like maybe 3 years ago, because there were war. Now, kind of there is no war because the opposition and the government, they signed a peace, and even the government now in South Sudan is a coalition government. It's called a national unity government. So
Right.
like everybody is there now. So the tension, the tension is down, and people are trying to get back to normal.
Well, that's
But it's still there is a bad memories. Everybody's still like
Yeah.
remember what happened.
Now I wanted to shift now a little bit to the whole financing of this. Of course, many foundations and individuals helped to get this launched here
Yes.
the last few months. And then you have an annual budget, I assume. Going forward, and this is for you and maybe John too, what are the needs? I mean, are you going to have to do continual fundraising? I mean, it's hard to run a organization. I as a minister, you know, I was a pastor for many years, but I didn't have to worry about fundraising and all that. I mean, to wear that hat along with trying to run the organization seems overwhelming. So, and then every year, do you have to have a fund drive or some of these foundation grants for multiple years? I'll shut up and let you two respond.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Actually, is getting a fund is a challenge for us until now. But like I said before, because of you, the organization is start kicking off and it start working, and because of you, I'm here. Because although you said like it came from individual, but still I'm appreciative for the church because. For me, I see the church like a driving force because all of you are a member of the church, and the church are the people. So if it was not for although even did not come from the church, but I know the church is the people, and the church put all of you together, and then everybody make his own contribution. Everybody just go with his own conscience, and so because. Church is not a building, church is a people. So when I said thank you to the church, I know it's come from individual contribution, individual pocket, but all those people are bound by the love of the Christ, and that's why they came together. So the foundation, our financial is not yet established, is not stable. Because we don't have until now like a solid commitment from our partner, but every time we apply for the grant, we get 5 from here, 10 from here, and it depends on many circumstances. We might get a grant, we can get it. 10,000 from this organization, this foundation this year, but there is no guarantee we're gonna get it next year because there's a lot of organizations like also over there, and there is a competition. So
right.
So the criteria they gave us the fund this year can change next time, and we don't know, but we hope for the best. So, and we know, as they used to say, the money is the oil of the life because it moves things, it keeps things running. So, because of that, if I have the money, even will make me will give me a stability, so I can start thinking about even drafting and creating the program, because there is a lot of program even in my head, this and this and this, but if I don't have the money, they will stay as an ideas, because there's no any way I can implement them and become a reality. All this, like I said, I'm pretty much now with my assistant left, so the organization come back. I'm now everything. I'm the janitor, I'm the secretary, I'm the executive director, I'm everything. And like I said, I'm the truck driver. When I finish with this meeting, I have to go and deliver food to those who cannot come to the office and get it for themselves. So that's why I'm still looking for a way. Even the grant now we are writing with John. Thanks to John and Kathy. Like maybe even sometime I see like. Because they work more than me. They work here and they work home and they work, and sometimes they work like I see what they do is more than 80 hours, and without any penny going to them. So I kind of guilt, but I said the only hope is they knew they do it for humanity and they're doing for love.
Well, they are, so, and they've helped a lot with our
yes.
Muslim refugee family the last.
Yes.
2 years plus, I know, put in so many hours. I'd like to get your response to that
Yeah.
same question, John. I'd like to hear what you have to say about that.
Our budget for this year is about 160,000, and the budget for next year has to be over 200,000. The way foundations work is each one has a different start date for making an application and a deadline date, and they just go throughout the year.
Okay.
So that we're raising money all year long, and it's really extremely difficult, and we're in the process, and this year we're already in the process for the rest of this year and for next year.
Okay.
Well, I would like to say that John is eager to hire one of these people to train them. John supported 30 employees for over 17 years
In another nonprofit.
in another nonprofit.
I recall that.
And he has a lot of skills, and he's had a lot of support from the South Sudanese community. But it is possible to raise that money. There are enough granting agencies across the country, plus the government has some important money that they would have access to when they get to 3 employees. Then they will have they'll have somebody entirely devoted to raising funds, and of course John will still work with them, but the idea of John started his nonprofit with no employees.
Yeah.
So it's possible to grow this organization, and the people are really dedicated to it, but the needs are just so large.
Mm-hmm.
Let me talk to the issue of the Dinka and Nuer and the other tribes. The Dinka, a Dinka man is the president of the country, a low level of education, but he was the general who led the independence struggle. The vice president is a PhD, Nuer. And after 2 years, the vice president indicated to the president that he planned to run against him in the next election. The president fired him and started the war and killed over nearly 3,000 Nuer in a few months. So the antagonism and the hurt and the pain from that, first the war against Sudan, and then the civil war within South Sudan, has been a major struggle for New Life. When we first started to try to survey the community to get a list of all the addresses, and if they had computers, their email, if they had email, and people were unwilling to share that information with New Life. Many people were. We only got 100, I think, responses altogether because people did not trust other tribes.
Yeah.
New Life has been able to put together a board of directors with multiple tribes, Nuer, Dinka, Shilluk, which is what Aban is. What are the other tribes that are on the board, Aban?
Yeah, I pretty much we have now we have not less than 7 tribes on the board, and majority of them are the major tribes in South Sudan, because because South Sudan is divided into three regions. There is Upper Nile region, which is I'm coming from, and Pastor Tut coming from, and there is Barghazal region, which is part of some of my board members they coming from, and then there's the Equatorial region. So we try to create a board that represent and resemble South Sudan, so everybody can see himself there. Because if the board become entirely Nuer or entirely Shuluk or entirely Dinka, there will be kind of mistrust and resentment from the other part of the people. That's why we try to collect people from all different parts of South Sudan. And even now, if I need to get the message across to some communities, I have some of the board members with me here that are the one who will go to their people, and there will be much trust. They will be more trusted than me, because that's the normal thing. And another thing also, having John with us, it helps us a lot, because John like a neutral voice and a neutral person among us. Even some of the data and the information we needed before, when we could not do it, we assigned John, and John did it in a shorter time. He went and talked to everybody, because everybody trusts him. Everybody knew he's not part of the problem, but John is a part of the solution. He's somebody who is coming and trying to help. That's why we were able to talk to each and everybody of us, because they knew, all of us, they trusted that John will not take a side.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It sounds like a lot of work yet to do and
Yes.
ongoing. Yeah. And John and Kathy, man, I really respect you and thank you for all you've done. So I think I've asked most of the questions I have, but I would
Are there others?
encourage others. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, one thing I want to mention about Kathy, and I used to joke and tell her she's like our invisible soldier, because most of the time she do the thing behind the scene, and sometimes it will be like John, who is with us here, but we know in the back that is also Kathy help a lot, because like if there is a draft of thing, Kathy is our editor. She is our sometimes she's the one who will do things very fast and all this, but so she's actually, she don't want to take a credit for that, and she don't want to be reminded, but I know she worked a lot behind the scene, and we are grateful for that, Kathy.
You are too kind.
Scott and Paul, you were both major contributors. Do you have questions or comments? I know Paul has some experience with South Sudanese patients. Is he still on?
Yes, yep, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Good morning. What wonderful sort of scenario to hear about in total, and the broad horizon you have to encounter. My gosh.
Yeah.
The struggle to adapt to the complexity of American society is incredible.
Yeah.
And it takes generations to accommodate usually. So it's good to, for our own awareness, for everyone's awareness about the opportunities that we need to help pursue in your behalf. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, John, Aban, I have another obligation I've got to get going to, but I think you're doing very, very important work. And John, I'll talk to you more about maybe contributions that I can assist with. Okay.
Thank you.
Related to contributions, it seems, I mean, the few people here, we all have connections. I don't know a lot of people with connections with foundations, but I know there are several significant foundations in greater Omaha, Council Bluffs community. So maybe that's one thing we can do is help with cultivating relationships. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
One of the things we need to do too is talk to our board about establishing a fund within New Life, within First Central, that people could contribute to for New Life.
Yeah, I've thought of this some, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole personally, but I think that's worth looking at. I don't know what Lamar Jones thinks about this, but Lamar has been and is a very key person involved in things budget-wise and otherwise. Do you have any wisdom, my friend?
I think John's on the right board, really, to reflect mission giving for First Central.
Okay.
And we don't give a ton to mission, obviously, but it obviously could be a high priority too. But it's making people aware and getting them turned on to that.
Yes.
And aware of the situation, and maybe at least getting the church to have a foothold of contributions and begin to get the story out. And maybe along the way, then that invites some direct support as well.
Yeah.
I would like to say one of the things I think we should be doing is celebrating the movement forward. I mean, this is an incredibly difficult task, but they are moving. And when did they actually start? 2013?
2013.
So to have an executive director and a juvenile case manager and to be writing proposals and doing fundraising for 2 more, it shows the dedication of the men and 1 woman, and they're working on more on the board. And they face some difficult problems.
Yeah.
But they've solved some very difficult problems. The very act of assembling a multi-tribal board is a huge achievement. And it's something that can give hope to the South Sudanese people that they won't be forever mired in these fears and memories. But in order to do that, they have to get to the youth.
Yeah.
And they're doing it. That was their first hire, somebody to work with youth. So,
are there volunteer opportunities? Aban, you had mentioned delivering food. It seems like if we could, get our congregation involved in, meeting some of the people, that would help with the engagement, and then more gifts and further involvement might follow.
What they really need is somebody who knows office work and can help organize. It's really hard because there are all of these people working in their 2nd, 3rd, or 4th language.
But I think your point is well taken, that distribution of food is something that's very limited time and very specific, and it would be a really good way for them to interact. That's it.
Laura, I thank you for the your good thought to volunteer, and I believe we have a lot of opportunities here. Yeah, you can help in one way or another, because sometimes it's not just like I said, it's not about food only. Like sometimes some people, they need to be helped, like writing their resume, or somebody need to be helped, like to apply for a job, something like that. And this is my thinking about the mission. We think that through helping South Sudanese, we are helping the community at large, because all this now, let us say take for instance the gang activities. These gang activities, although is affecting the South Sudanese, but I believe is a common issue, is a concern for each and one of us, because it will make all of us not safe. It's not because when there is a shooting in a city like Omaha, you never know who, and a stray bullet can hit who. Maybe and you can be a passing by, you're passing wrong time, no, and then you get hit. You are not part of the gang. So we are thinking with trying to. That's why I talk about the prevention, because if we get into bottom of this and we help the youth and we get them out from the gang activities, we are making the city in another way. And that's what we used to tell the police department. We are making the city more safer for everybody, because it's not just for the South Sudanese, although that they are the direct affected community, but in one way or another, it affected the larger society, because when there is a shooting, random shooting anywhere, that will scare people and even can driven the business out of the area, and instead of people more they are prosper and they're feeling more safer and they can work, their thinking will be about how to survive. So even it will bring for us the memories of the war, when people are just running from place where to hide and all this. This is part of the thing where we are thinking that let us in one way help ourselves, but also at the same time we are helping the community, because we do not come here to be a problem, but it is unfortunate part of our youth to become as a problem here, and we are embarrassed for that, because because this is not going to project the good image for us. So how we need to help those kids so they can get away from these wrong activities, and because we expecting them, the grown up, the adults who came here, we expect our kids to come here and grab the opportunity. America is a land of opportunity. Grab the opportunity, go to school, learn a skill, get a degree, and integrate into the life in the bigger society and become contributor. Because and even what we could not do and what we could not contribute because of our limited, we hope that our kid will pay that debt. But it is unfortunate now. Maybe the adults are with their limited skill, language, and everything. They're doing more better than the kids who have the more greater opportunity to advance. And yeah, so going back to the same question the Pastor Jim asked me about. since I got this position, I'm thinking about three things. Like number one, I talk about the money and the fund in general, because without fund you cannot do anything. And number two is having more people like to position here, because I need more people to help me. And number three, which is I'm emphasizing on it, after I get the money and I get the people, I'm thinking about the training, because I'm not a trained my education, my background on all this is not in the and none any one of us in the South Sudanese community, we did this non-profit before. So we are just doing by the common sense. So we want to do it professionally. How we can do it professionally is through training also. Although I'm trying to pick up from John and Kathy, the way they're doing it, and I'm trying to shadow what they're doing. But I think if I get trained, and I was thinking my staff also who will be here, I need to train them, because I believe that knowledge is the most capital and is an investment, because I believe through the training, if we get this, that will be the pathway for us even to grow and to go ahead.
I don't know if, I think maybe it's time to just say goodbye and do some thinking.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you, John. Thank you, Aban.
Yeah, thank you.
Aban.
Thank you, Aban.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for the
thank all of
opportunity.
you.
And thank you. I appreciate
I'm
it.
glad to see your
All
face.
right. We'll be in
Okay,
touch.
thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
All right. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
God bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.